In every Amish community across Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana, August is not the end of the growing season. It's the beginning of the most important one. While most people are pulling out dead tomato plants and shutting down their beds, these families are filling containers. Quietly, deliberately, with 9 specific vegetables they've grown every single August for 200 years. Vegetables that thrive in the cooling weeks ahead. No greenhouse, no special equipment, no more space than a porch or a balcony. The Amish don't grow these because they enjoy gardening. They grow them because they don't trust anyone else to feed their families. And after watching grocery prices climb every month, after watching shelves empty in 72 hours every time something goes wrong, more people outside those communities are finally understanding why. These 9 vegetables are their answer. Grown in containers, planted in August, harvested through fall and deep into winter. Stay until the end because number 7 will change how you think about a container garden forever. It gets sweeter the harder winter pushes it. And it's been the Amish community's quiet food insurance since before your grandfather was born. Vegetable number 1. Spinach. The Amish call it their winter insurance. Once you understand why, you'll never let August pass without a pot of it on your porch. Here's what your local nursery won't tell you. Spinach planted right now in late summer heat will struggle, then survive, then come out the other side of autumn as something completely different from the limp, tasteless leaves you buy in a plastic bag. Cold sharpens it. Frost sweetens it. The very conditions that shut down your summer garden are the conditions that make spinach extraordinary. It survives temperatures as low as -5 degrees Celsius. Produces harvestable baby leaves in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. And it does all of this in a 2-gallon pot. 8 inches of soil. 3 to 4 hours of sunlight a day. Less than almost any other food crop you can grow. For the Amish, this is not a garden hobby. It is a food strategy. Plant your pot now, and by October you are harvesting real food while your neighbors are paying $4 for a bag of it. Best varieties for August. Thai for bolt resistance. Bloomsdale for cold hardiness. Vegetable number 2. Lettuce. Most people think of lettuce as a spring crop. The Amish know better. In Old Order Mennonite communities across Pennsylvania, late summer is when the second lettuce crop goes in. No fuss, no debate, because here is what they understood that commercial agriculture forgot. Lettuce does not want summer heat. It wants exactly what August is about to become. As temperatures drop through September and October, lettuce stops bolting, stops turning bitter. It relaxes into the cool air and produces the most tender, flavorful leaves of the entire growing year. The harvest of your spring lettuce never quite delivered. That is your autumn lettuce. And in a container, you have an advantage no in-ground gardener has. You control the environment completely. 1-gallon pot, 3 to 4 plants, 6 inches of soil depth, 3 to 5 hours of sunlight. Tuck it in the partial shade of your taller containers. It will thrive where other crops cannot. For August, reach for Tom Thumb, a compact butterhead that fits any container. Or Winter Density, a hearty romaine bread specifically for this cold season window. Vegetable number 3. Radish. If you have never grown anything before, if every seed you have ever planted ended in disappointment, this is where you start. 25 days. That is all it takes from seed to harvest. Plant a container of radishes today and you are pulling food from the soil before September is finished. No other crop on this list moves that quickly. No other crop gives a first-time container gardener that first critical moment, the moment you hold something you grew yourself, faster than a radish does. And August is the perfect window. Summer heat pushes germination fast. The cooling temperatures that follow slow the roots down just enough to build real flavor and crunch. The kind that grocery store radishes, harvested weeks early for shipping, never have time to develop. Standard container. 6 inches of loose soil. 2 inches of spacing. Even watering, the one rule that matters most. Uneven moisture splits the root and ruins the texture. For August, Easter egg for color. Cherry bell for reliable speed. Vegetable number 4. Carrot. Here is something the commercial food industry will never tell you, because if you knew it, you would never buy a grocery store carrot again. Cold makes carrots sweet. Not slightly sweeter. Profoundly, almost shockingly sweeter. As temperatures drop through October and November, a carrot still in the ground converts its stored starches directly into sugar. It is the plant protecting itself from frost. And the result is a carrot so dense with flavor it tastes nothing like the pale, watery version sitting in a plastic bag under fluorescent lights. The Amish have known this for generations. They plant in August deliberately, not in spite of the coming cold, but because of it. The autumn chill is not the end of the harvest. It is the ingredient that makes it extraordinary. In a container, you control this entirely. Short varieties like Littlefinger need just 8 to 10 inches of soil depth. Round types like Paris Market need even less. Keep moisture even, fluctuations crack the root. 6 to 8 hours of daily sun. Plant now. Let winter finish the flavor for you. Quick question, how many times have you replanted the same tomatoes, the same basil, the same peppers? Every single spring? Same cart, same garden center, same cycle. What if you only had to plant it once? That's literally the idea behind Plant Once, my perennial starter checklist and zone guide. Find your zone in under 5 minutes. Know exactly what to plant first. And build a garden that comes back year after year, without you lifting a finger every spring. Plant it once. Harvest it for years. Links in the description, or scan the QR code on your screen to get your copy right now. Let's stop starting over. Vegetable number 5. Beetroot. Most gardeners grow beets for one thing. The Amish grow them for two. While the root builds underground through September and October, the leaves above are already feeding the family. Young beet greens, harvested small, are tender, mild, and rich in iron. You are not waiting on a single harvest. You are running 2 crops from one container simultaneously for the price of 1 packet of seeds. That is not a modern gardening trick. It is old farming logic. The kind of efficiency that kept families fed through winter when nothing could be wasted and every square foot of growing space had to earn its place twice. 2-gallon pot. 3 to 4 plants. 8 to 10 inches of soil. Even moisture inconsistency causes woody rings through the root. 6 to 8 hours of sun. For August, 1 variety. Bolt hardy. Bred specifically for bolt resistance. The one that holds steady when late summer heat tries to push it to seed too soon. We are halfway through this list. But the next 4 vegetables are where this gets genuinely surprising because the Amish did not just grow food in containers. They built a system. And the plant coming up at number 7 is the centerpiece of that system. Vegetable number 6. Broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. The Amish don't call these vegetables. They call them winter crops. Because that is exactly what they are. Plants that do not merely survive the cold. Plants that require it. Here is the distinction that changes everything. You are not starting from seed. You are starting from transplants. Seedlings already 6 to 8 weeks old, hardened off, ready to go straight into the container. This is not a shortcut. It is the only method that works this late in the season. A seed started now will not build the root development to carry a heavy head of broccoli through to harvest before winter closes the window. Experienced Amish growers understand this timing precisely, because they cannot afford to miss it. 1 failed season means 4 months without that crop. So they plant transplants in August. No hesitation. No debate. These are large, hungry plants. 5-gallon container. 12 inches of soil depth. 8 full hours of daily sunlight. Heavy feeders, nitrogen and potassium both. They reward every bit of soil richness you give them. For August, DeChico broccoli and green comet. Both are reliable. Both are proven in this window. Vegetable number 7. The turnip. I promised you this one at the beginning. Here is why it earns that place. Of every vegetable on this list, the turnip is the one the Amish return to first. Not because it is the most impressive, but because it is the most forgiving. In a world of soil amendments, precise pH levels, and expensive container mixes, the turnip asks for almost nothing. It grows in soil that has already been used. Soil that fed your summer tomatoes, your peppers, your herbs. Spent soil that every other cool season crop would struggle in. That is not an accident. Turnips are designed to pull nutrition from depleted ground. They are the crop that follows every other crop. The closer of the season. The quiet finisher that fills the gap when everything else has surrendered to the cold. And like the carrot, cold improves them. Frost converts their starches to sugar. The roots sweeten. The greens, fully edible, iron-rich, harvested all season long, grow more tender as temperatures drop. 40 to 60 days from seed to harvest. 1 gallon of soil. 3 inches of spacing. This is the Amish insurance policy. And now it is yours. Vegetable number 8. Peas. There is a window in August that most gardeners never use. A narrow, specific planting moment when the season is cooling just enough for peas to germinate fast, but still warm enough to push them into strong early growth before the cold sets in properly. The Amish call this planting between the seasons, and they treat it as one of the most valuable moments in the entire growing calendar. Because a pea planted now does something a spring pea cannot. It matures into cooling air rather than warming air. It never faces the rising heat that collapses spring peas overnight, turns the pods tough, ends the harvest before it has truly begun. Your August pea grows in the direction of its preferred climate. Every week slightly better than the last. In a container, the vertical advantage is significant. 10-gallon planter. Simple wire trellis. Seeds spaced 2 inches apart. Climbing varieties reaching upward, producing serious food from the footprint of a single pot. Bush varieties need 8 to 12 inches of soil depth. Climbing varieties need 12 to 18. Tom Thumb for compact spaces. Sugar and for reliable autumn yields. Plant now. The window will not stay open. Vegetable number 9. Onions, shallots, and spring onions. The Amish plant these in August for a reason that takes most modern gardeners completely by surprise. They are not planting for autumn. They are planting for next summer. Onion and shallot sets placed in the ground right now spend the winter quietly building root systems beneath the soil. Invisible, unhurried, completely indifferent to the cold. By the time spring arrives, they are already weeks ahead of anything a neighbor planted in March. The harvest comes earlier, grows larger, and stores longer than any spring-started bulb ever will. And for spring onions, the fast crop, the immediate return, August sowing delivers tender bunching onions straight through late autumn, filling the gap between your summer harvest and your winter stores. This is the Amish understanding of time that modern gardening has almost entirely lost. You do not plant only for today. You plant for the season you cannot yet see. Bulbing onions. 12 inches of soil depth. Full sun. Spring onions. 6 to 8 inches. Good drainage through winter is not optional. Waterlogged soil rots the bulb before it ever has a chance. 9 vegetables. 9 containers. For months of food that no supply chain disruption, no empty shelf, no rising grocery bill can touch. That is what the Amish figured out generations ago. And now so have you.